Well, uh, thank you, Vishal, for being here, brother. It has been a while since we don't talk. I have a lot of questions and just the desire to update our lives. Vishal is a friend that uh, I met around 4 years ago, right? Almost. How fast life goes.
Yeah, I feel 3 years before.
Three and a
In
half. I mean,
2022 end.
yeah. And we met for I think something around a week or something, but it just feels like we were there for months or years. I don't know, and it feels I met with you yesterday, no, and we haven't seen each other in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I feel when the energies are really so connected, it seems like we are always here.
yeah, exactly. Vishal, it's a really interesting character. It's much more than a character. Vishal as a name could be a character, as we all are, I think. But he has an incredible story, and that's why I invited him today to talk and to share with people, because I think his story it's one worth telling. Because there's a lot of learning, Vishal, in your path, in the decisions that lead you into a journey in a bicycle around India, Nepal. What started in a plan for like a few months became a plan for a life, and maybe even much more than what you imagined, though. So, without any more uh, curves or addings, just can you share a little bit with us about your story? I wanna share this story with people.
Certainly, brother. So my story starts in 2019. Uh, in 2019, I actually had the dream to write down a book of my own. I was like really intellectual minded, or I can say a curious minded person. So I committed a mission to write down a book and let my thoughts reach till the people. But when I started writing down, usually whenever we write down something, I feel we need to go pretty inside us to know what is there inside me. And when we know, yes, this is inside me, then only we can write it down. And in that journey, when I was going inside, and inside me, I came to know there is everything in me, but not me. For example, the way I am seeing the world, there is a right and there is a wrong. But when I think about it, I came to know this right and wrong is just a kind of replica that people made on my mind, or society made on my mind, or my parents made it on my mind. And unknowingly, they even don't know that this is happening. So I had just become a kind of for example, my body is a computer, but the software which was installed in my mind was by the people, by the society, by my surrounding. But in that thing, I started thinking if whatever things that I have is not my own, it didn't come out of my experience. I have just borrowed it from the people, or maybe people have insisted on me that if you live your life according to this right and according to this wrong, according to this social norms, according to those religious XYZ kind of things, then only you are living the life, or else you are just wasting your life. But then I found that the people who wanted I to live life as same as them, what are they? I saw them, they have earned a lot in their life, they have got a big home, they have got everything, whatever one person can dream of. But still, there was not that innocent smile on their face. Still, they were not as alive as a child. And I couldn't really understand, like, still now, I mean, till the age of 20, what exactly I lived. Did I live my heart, or I just lived the software which was installed in my mind? And that was that burning moment for me. I started getting into the depression. I became victim of insomnia.
You're saying you were in your house in your everyday life, and then realizing that you were following a life that it wasn't your own, but was more like social norms or what other people would tell you what is right, what is wrong, and then observing in those people that they were not maybe as happy or as um, fulfilled as you would like to see yourself. You start wondering and saying, I need to find another path, basically, right?
Exactly. I feel that situation left me with two options: either live my life like a puppet or give birth to myself by myself and search for a new life. And I chose the another option.
And what was that option? How started?
That option was to search life or just give a birth to myself by myself. And I always say I got two births. One birth my mother gave me, and another birth my bicycle gave me.
So you took your bicycle. Get me into that moment. Lead us there.
Yeah, I chose my bicycle because I did not have money for a motorbike.
And then you took your bicycle and you started pedaling without really a destination. Took us there to that moment. What Vishal was thinking in that day you decided to leave your life, your family, and start riding your bicycle. Where to go?
Oh yeah. So when I decided to do this journey, so why I chose like a traveling to find out myself, it was a simple thing without any logic that I actually wanted to leave my this wall of comfort, because that comfort was not only the physical comfort but it was mental, emotional comfort also where I grew up. Now I wanted to break that shell and go to somewhere else where I can find something fresh, something new, something beyond my thoughts. And that's why I chose like, okay, just leave everything behind and start paddling somewhere unknown. Maybe I will find my answer somewhere. And while leaving my home, I shared my parents that I will be back in 2 3 months. And I also felt like maybe I will be back in 2 or 3 months. I left my home on 13th June 2020. That is my birthday also. I'm birthday of my body. And when I left my home, I still remember just before one day I leave my home, my grandparents were saying me, "Are you insane or what? How you are going to do this journey and why do you want to do that? Just live your life the way we all are living." But I'm thankful to my depression. It did not let me stop, and I left my home. I knew only one destination, and I had reference of that family member. They were like kind of relatives, so it was 120 kilometers from my city. I paddled all the way there. But after reaching there, I just met some people that I felt, okay, let's meet him. I used to search that inspiring people, that out of the box people, and I wanted to communicate with them because I wanted to find out my answers. And there I met someone and he said, "Where are you going next?" I said, "I don't know." Then he said, "Maybe I can give you one reference. You can just go and meet that guy." Then okay, fine. Then I paddled to that guy. Then that guy told me, "Okay, go there." I said, "Okay." I went there. But by doing this, I don't know that it's been more than 5 years. The journey that I started for 3 months, I still don't know where it is, when it is gonna end. And I never had imagined that I will be covering entire India. I will be in Nepal and I will be in Bangladesh and thinking about to go across the world.
Nice, yes. So one of the things that you just said that I want to bring up again is I'm thankful for my depression, because through my depression I was forced, or I was pushed out to expand my mind and my reality and my way of life. That's one. And then you decided to go on this journey, but also not just pedaling around India by yourself, not knowing where you're going, but also without having money and without working for money. How that was part of a plan?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I do believe, brother, I think when we had met first time here in Pokhara, that time also we had spoken about it. So I do believe that whenever you want to do anything from the really deep of your heart, from a really core of our heart, then this entire universe try to take us to that thing. Universe helps us to meet, introduce us with that particular thing. And I realized the same. The first bike that I started my journey, it was gifted by my friend. He said, "Vishal, you don't have a good bicycle, but I have a good bicycle and maybe this bicycle will help you." Then he gifted me his bicycle. I started pedaling with his bicycle. On the 13th day of my journey, I reached to one of the orphanage. None of the story gets complete without the name of this person. His name is Santosh Garje. He runs one orphanage. He's maybe 38, 39, and he's the father of 128 orphans presently. And I don't know, his energy was something heart touching to me, and we just started a conversation, and it started getting deeper, deeper, and deeper. He understood that why I want to search for the life, why I am taking this stage. And he said something which actually resonated really deeply in my heart. He says, Vishal, you are searching for life, right? I said, yes. But let me tell you, until and unless you get into the utter darkness of your life, you are never going to find what the life is. Until and unless you you get hurted, you get broken, you get like scattered, you get like completely nothing, nothing. That's the place where you will find the life. And these words were like such touching for me in that resonance. It's not only word, but the energy that he was carrying into the word was such resonating for me that immediately it came in my mind. Maybe my money is still holding me back. My money is still holding my securities, my survival, still holding my ego. But as I have taken this stage, as it was do or die situation, I decided, okay, let's do Vishal one thing, give it away. So I donated my all the money to the same orphanage. And that is a day, and today is a day. I didn't carry my own even a single rupee, and I have done this entire journey carrying nothing with me.
For some people, this could seem as something impossible to be able to live 5 years around India in a bicycle without working, without money, but being supported by people around, right? Like being supported by the universe through people. Because how does God uh, make his will, or how he or the universe, let's, because it's not a he or a she, it's the, maybe, right? um, I think it's through people, through the people that you were meeting in the road, the people, that the friend that gave you the bicycle, his bicycle to start your journey, no? And I send a big hug to that guy, whoever he is, because he was the beginning of a beautiful uh, path and blossoming of life. So
Thank you.
while
Thank
going,
you, brother.
go for it, go for it.
Uh, this bicycle that guy gifted me, and I would love to share in my this entire journey. There has been three bicycles, and all those three bicycles are gifted to me by the different people. My last bicycle, the name of my bicycle is Mira because I emotionally connected to my bicycle. It's like a scripture for me because what my bicycle taught me, I believe no matter how many books I read, nothing can teach me. So the last bicycle,
Like what? Like
that
what?
was also kind of tough. Tough. I can't say tough. I can say it's a beautiful, adventurous journey. That I was in a city called Coimbatore in South India, and some of the things just happened. And the second guy who gifted me bicycle, he asked me to return the bicycle. And when I returned it, I was I was having no bicycle with me. So what next? I did not want to stop my journey, and I did not want to return at any cost. It was my commitment that if I go back to my home, I will change myself and then only I will go back, or else I will never get back to my home. And that time, as I didn't have my bicycle, it was 10 days. I was at the same place and I was thinking what to do. But I always believe that our liabilities, no, many times they are not liabilities, they are the opportunities to find out a new person in us. And that time I found a new person in me who said to me from my heart that, Vishal, what's the matter? If you don't have bicycle, it's okay, you have your legs, start walking. So I do know from Coimbatore to Chennai, it is 700 kilometer around. I started walking all the way. And as I was walking, again, I told you the universe really supports us. I feel universe listens to us from our heart. when I was walking, there used to be the people, they used to see me, they used to ask me, where are you from? Why are you walking? Where are you going? And then I used to explain them. Then they used to say, I can maybe drop you to the next village. Maybe I can help you in this way. Maybe I can do these things for you. And that time, whenever I used to post something on the social media, the people that I have been meeting in my journey till that incident, they used to see and they used to ask me, Vishal, what happened to your bicycle? And then I used to share with them innocently, like, this is a thing, and I'm fine, I'm walking. Then they themselves started collecting a amount for me for my new bicycle. And I was really stunned, like, what is happening exactly? Because there were still the people I never met in my life. They were just seeing my Facebook, they were just reading my stories, and they were connected to me. They also started transferring some amount in my account. I was like bewildered, like, how come these the things are happening? And I would love to share the major portion, how I received that, the major portion of my all the donation. Second, COVID had appeared and I was stuck in Kerala. And I decided, like, now what to do? I am not having place, I am not having food. Then I decided maybe I will speak to someone and I will give my physical energy to that person. I can work anything for him. And whatever he feels, he can give me food and accommodation. That's what I want and nothing else. And I found a kind of, I will not say the work, I found that opportunity to serve the quarantined people as a waiter. I used to serve them with the bottom of my heart. I used to love them a lot. And those were the people who paid the major portion of my donation. And I could get a new bicycle in Chennai.
Wow. So you were doing sometimes an exchange of energy, love, and time for accommodation and food. That has been kind of as well a way in which you surf this wave of uncertainty and of just adventure as well. Let me see if I remember correctly. And I want to come back. You said your bicycle give you more lessons that any book have given. And I want to hear one of them, as well to share it with others. And I also want to hear about the day you stayed in a graveyard, because I know that was a pivot point as well for you. So if you want to share those.
Sure, sure. So yeah, the thing started like after there are three, four incidents which are like really major in my this journey. Uh, First thing, like after donating my money, when I started paddling to the another place, I started getting hungry with the time, and my mind was like, okay, if I get hungry, I will ask to someone for the food. But many times these are the tricks of our mind. We feel that we know everything, we can do many things, and yes, we can do. But it is not as easy as just a thought, because when physically we get involved, the definitions get changed, and that's what happened to me. I used to say I will ask for the food, but as I am saying it such easily, it was not a such easy task. First day I didn't eat anything because I did not have anything, or I can say I did not have that courage to ask someone. I used to think, okay, maybe tomorrow I will try. Then another day, I again started paddling in the southern direction of India. I saw some people, I saw some hotels. I felt like to go and ask, but again, my mind was like, what those people will think, how they will judge me, and but how shall I ask? I am this, I am that, and I am going to ask for the food. Such days have come to me. Second day, I didn't eat anything, but on the third day, when the cravings of my body started enhancing like anything, I really wanted to eat something. I felt I found one truth at that time that many times our mind judges the thing or our mind postpones the things. Why? Because our stomach is really full. That's why our mind is making so much of illusions about this, that. But essentially, if I don't eat anything for 3 days, 4 days, my mind doesn't want anything in this entire world, even doesn't want gold. My entire body or each and every cell of my existence, it wants only and only food. and that's the basic of the life. And that thing I realized at that time when I rolled my hands. Earlier, my hands were like that with the ego, but then when I did like this to ask for the food, many definitions got changed, or I found a different life in front of me. First thing I realized, it's not that people don't want to help me out. It's me who is not giving access to people to help me out. It was my ego which was becoming barrier between our connection. Second thing that I realized, as I shared with you, the basic of the life is just the food. This is so much. This is so much. Like food is. I feel presently like as people have many things. That's why even when they are having the food, they want a cell phone or they want a TV or they want many things. But existentially, if we see, then my being, my existence needs food. Mind comes later upon. But how our mind got changed? Our mind wants things first and then mind wants food. And third thing, the major thing I realized how much ego I had inside me. I used to think, no, I don't have ego. Like I donated my money. I'm just traveling. No, I don't have ego. Like this. I'm like that. But then I realized, no, Vishal, it was my ego who was lying to me that I don't have ego. That it was just a trick of mind. That time I realized, just due to my ego, 3 days I was hungry. 3 days I was hungry just due to my ego.
Yeah,
So this is the
yeah.
first thing, and I can never ever forget that kind-hearted female who gave me the first food after donating my money. Uh, and I can never forget in my entire life the menu that what I ate and the most delicious food I ever had in my life by her hand. I was on a bus stop. I slept. I woke up another day. She was, I think, about to go to somewhere. I think she was going to go to the job. She was in the hospital doing something. She saw my bicycle. I saw her, and we just got into a kind of conversation. And I told her like I didn't anything since last 2 days, and I really even didn't get a place where I can sleep for this night. So that's why this is a bus stop I saw, and I parked my bicycle and I just slept there. And she was like, really, I can say she was a god. I won't say God sent her. For me, she herself is a god. She spoke to me and she said, Vishal, I know like presently there is a COVID going on and this and that, so I won't be able to take you to my home. But I just feel like to do something for you. Could you please allow me? And I was like, yeah, please don't mind. You can be free. So she had one tiffin box and she was taking that tiffin box for herself in the office. She opened her tiffin box. There were four chapatis. In your words, I can say there were four breads in her tiffin box. Out of that four bread, she gave me three bread and very deliberately, so deliberately, like I was not receiving, but very, I don't know what was that. She handed me 10 rupees in my hand, saying that you can have a tea in that 10 rupees and you can eat that these three breads, and at least I'm happy that I could do this thing for you. Uh, as you asked me the question about how my bicycle became a scripture, felt like since childhood, whatever I was taught, it was much like a conclusions of the life. It was not the curiosity to see the life. Since childhood, I was taught to be a follower of the whatever is going around, but not the creator of my own things. And that's how even whenever I go through the scripture, I met many people from different religion insisting on me, not recommending me, but insisting on me. Vishal, you read this scripture, you will find all the answers of your question. But the people who are saying this thing to me, they themselves are into worries, they themselves are into the depression, they themselves are not having that smile on their face, which is coming from the heart. And for example, if I want to learn swimming, no matter how many beautiful books I read, how many beautiful people I hear, I can't learn swimming until and unless I jump into it. And my bicycle is a jump into the existential flow of the life. Whatever it is teaching me by breaking me, it is teaching me by scattering me, it is teaching me by such a kind people, the way I shared with you. Even now, when I'm sharing, I'm having that tears on my heart just by reminding this incident. So that penetration of the experience till such a level of my own existence. This access is what that my bicycle gave me. That's why like my bicycle is literally a scripture for me.
Nice, nice, nice. I think, yeah, it's a vehicle that gives you an opportunity to experience and learn from life itself, not from a book. And as you were sharing the way that people open themselves to you in the path, giving you food, giving you a place to stay, that has an impact as well, imprinting in your heart directly. And that happens, I think, for most of us nowadays, in terms of the second part you mentioned. People are taught to follow. We are programmed to follow whatever the system is implementing on society. But the system is broken, and we are sick, mentally and emotionally sick, and physically sick. We are taught to follow, not to create our own reality. And when we are in an awareness of how this reality is sick and it's sad, we are feeling alone and feeling disconnected from each other, I think there's an urge on many, if not most of us, to try something different, to if not follow other path, open our own path, take our own steps and walk. And I also share a lot what you said about how, in order to be able to understand life, in order to be able to understand light, we need to be able to experience darkness. In order to be able to understand life, we need to be, tested, and we need to experience as well this darkness of lack of whatever, food, roof, love, uh, conversations, family, that not having and getting ourselves out of. It's a huge valuable experience for ourselves. And just coming back to the moment you slept in a graveyard as well. This was like 3 months in your trip, inside your journey, right?
Yeah.
And how was that though?
Yeah, so that is the another really heart touching, or I can say the biggest insight of the my own experience that I got. Uh, it was the same time when I did not have anything to eat. Um, I was traveling. It happened 2 times with me, so I shared the second time experience with you. I was in a place called Konkan in Maharashtra. Maharashtra is my province, and that area is so famous for its heavy rain, a really heavy rain, like cats and dogs. So as I entered into that area, it was raining, and someone along the way had gifted me a raincoat, and that raincoat was only the upper raincoat, not the lower raincoat. So I usually always get wet whenever I am switching my place. And that time actually I did not have even place. It was just my first entering into this new territory. It became maybe 7, 8 in the night, and I couldn't find out the place. So usually what I used to do is I used to go to temples, mosques, churches, railway station, bus stops to spend my night. And sometimes there used to be some shops along the way, and when there is no one, I used to just use that good place in front of their shop, and I used to sleep and wake up early morning and leave the place. So, but that time the situation was like that. Maybe people were really scared due to the COVID. I used to go to the random villages, and I used to ask them that I have come here in this way, and I'm looking for a place where I can spend a night. So could you please recommend me a kind of place where I can sleep for a night? They used to ask, where are you from? I said, I'm from Nagpur. Get lost. If you stay here for any longer time, we are going to beat you. Please don't stay here. Go away, go away. So they used to threaten me really badly, and they used to just uh, throw me out of their village. Then I used to go to another village seeking for the assistance. That another village also used to throw me on the road, like, go away, go away. So no one wanted to come to me and assist me. I saw some of the ashrams, some of the dharmashala where I used to go seeking for the assistance, and they used to say, no, we have got the letters that no one should be allowed to stay here. There was one shop, I remember, it had a kind of a small roof, so inside I can sleep and I can protect myself from the rain. But when I asked that shopkeeper, he said, we ourselves use that place to sleep, so we can't allow you. You just go away from here. So in that way, even for the food, I I couldn't like ask for the food, and even I found some people, so they were not even allowing me to come close to them. So it became 8:30 p.m. maybe. It was completely dark, and due to the rain, my light, it was a small light I had on my bicycle. That light had also got uh, what we say. I was not able to
Wet.
use because of the rain.
Yeah.
So okay, fine. Like I was just following the highway, and I was really so tired because it's been, I think, 2 days that I didn't eat anything, and I'm feeling like really strange now. So I remember maybe nearby 8:30, a huge truck was coming in from like toward me. As I was on the highway, it was in opposite direction, and truck has a huge headlight. So I saw that headlights are shining something by the side of the road, like 10 kilometers inside from the main highway. And I was like stunned. What's that? What is that which is shining? So I parked my bicycle on the highway and I walked inside. And when I reached there by parking my bicycle, I found like it's actually a graveyard and someone is already burnt there. And I can see all those things like the remaining stuff on the graveyard. And that time I took a heavy breath and thinking that maybe Vishal, this is a place you will have to spend the night for. Because I was damn sure if I leave this place, then I don't know if I'm going to find anything further or not. Because even the temple were not allowing me to sleep inside. So I parked my bicycle. I got into inside the. So that graveyard was like a burning place. And usually in India, they have it's like they burn here, and then they have a open space around, and from the up there is a tin, a triangular tin, but that is also not completely blocked. That is like little open so that air could pass after burning. So first I tried to clean all that stuff to make that place okay where I can sleep. That place was also wet because of the rain. So I started finding out a plastic. So I used my cloth to keep in the plastic in my bag to protect them to get wet. So now I got all the cloth out. I used that polythene to make a kind of bed on which I slept. And on the top of me, I took a sleeping bag because it was really humid. So I can't put myself in the sleeping bag. So I used the sleeping bag just to cover myself a little bit. So, okay, it was fine that I was trying to sleep there. Everything was fine till 2 a.m. in the morning. And early 2 a.m. in the morning, it started raining extremely heavily, like cats and dogs. And as the graveyard is open from all the four sides and from up also, literally that all rain was coming inside. So I was trying to sleep inside the rain. I couldn't understand what to do and what not to do. I I was like real pathetic also at that time and feeling, I don't know but what kind of feeling was that, but it was really weird feeling for me, like I am seeing myself like 2000 kilometers away from my home. I don't have anything in my stomach. There is no one who wants to speak to me or who wants to assist me, and I am also not able to ask help to anyone. So I can say by keeping myself alive, I can see myself how I am dying. I still remember on that night, just to protect myself from the rain. First, I brought myself into the sleeping bag, feeling that my bag will protect me. But in 5 to 10 minutes, I realized my sleeping bag also got completely wet, and I have nothing now to sleep upon, or it's only I'm in the rain itself.
Just coming back to make a little reframe of what you're saying, 2 days in a row without food, you go in the highway and find this graveyard, a place where you think, oh, there's a little roof where I can stay in for the night because it was heavy raining. Then you go inside and there's this place where in India people burn the bodies. So you clean the place and you put your clothes and start to make a little space where you can finally cover yourself from the rain, at least a little bit, because it has some uh, leaks and some water is coming in from the center. Uh,
Yeah,
and then you finally start sleeping in this graveyard, and 2 a.m. the rain comes heavy, and then just wakes you up again, and you can't even stay under the sleeping bag because the sleeping bag is super wet. And
yeah.
what happened then?
And that's the time that I still remember that I wore that raincoat that someone had just gifted me a couple of days before. And after wearing that raincoat, I went inside my that wet sleeping bag. I used a thin polythene bag to cover my face with. An entire night I spent in that heavy rain trying to sleep. I don't know if I could sleep or not. Yeah, at that time I don't know what was happening inside me. I also had tears in my eyes, but I felt those tears were really a special tear because my each and every tear was taking me inside me. I was realizing something really eternal about my own existence. I felt like I asked myself, Vishal, isn't it true that you think you are this, you are that, you belong to this religion, you belong to these things, and XYZ kind of my identities? But what actually you are in the true self? See, today, you don't eat anything since 2 days. You don't have anything in your pocket. There is no one who wants to help you out. And you are in the graveyard, you are spending your night, and that too also raining, you don't know you are sleeping or not. So isn't it true that this may be your original identity, because one day when you pass, the same thing you are going to end here. No matter if I go across the world on my mere bicycle, but my last journey would be from my home to graveyard only. People are going to take me from my home to graveyard only. That would be my last journey. And this is the truth that I was seeing at that time. A live Vishal was seeing the Vishal if he doesn't have his consciousness, he doesn't have life, if he is only body, a dead body. And from that utter silence, something just came in front of me, and that's the first and most powerful insight of my journey. Maybe because of only that insight, I could be in my journey till now. And that thing was, being nothing is everything in the world.
Mm.
Your existence is nothing. Maybe it's like a flute. If I put the more things I put in my flute, it's going to lose its existence. It's going to become useless. But if I remove everything, that's what my existence is. I'm just nothing. Whatever I say, even if I'm saying I'm a traveler, I'm saying that identity, I'm creating that identity to make people understand about myself. So I'm carrying this identity just to be harmonious with the society. But if I am just a lone person, only one person in this entire universe and no one else, I don't think so I will be having any identity, because I don't have to express to anyone. I don't have to carry my that identity to be fit into anything. So whatever things, even my name, even the people, the way I got born, or my own parents, I felt, no, Vishal, truth is something else, brother. And I feel that day did some magic on me, that even though it's been 5 years, I can say that time I was sleeping in the graveyard, But after that incident, I never could get that. Again, this never happened to me again that I am supposed to sleep in the graveyard. After that moment, I felt something just happened in me. I became so light, or I don't know what happened. That till now, 90% of time, I get invitations from the people's home. They are inviting me, we shall come to my home and stay with us. People take me to their home by staying for one day, but till 1 week, till 2 weeks, they don't let me go. And after these 5 years, I can say even when I am in Nepal, but it was a time I was sleeping in the graveyard. But today is a time not only in India or in Nepal, no matter where I go across the world, I do believe there is at least one person there waiting for me to host me and to feed me.
Nice. And I have seen that happen around. I think life, in some way, it directed you to that experience so that you could see yourself without identities, without shells or covers that could shade that being that it's inside, all of us. But in this case of you, without your name, without your without even a roof. But it wasn't meant to be the whole journey that way. But I think it's also because you got the meaningful lesson from life, that wanted to give you or gift you with that experience. I think when we met in Nepal, I think I told you I related with you in that sense, because in my case, I think I slept in a graveyard, but not physically. I slept in a graveyard emotionally and mentally for many nights when my brother passed away, and I was under the illusion of death being the end of life. I wasn't really aware of, is there life after death? Who are we besides the body? What's success? What is meaningful in life if we are just here for a few moments, right? And we can go away tomorrow, as my brother. And I think for me that was my graveyard. And I also relate with you because I think that gave me huge power of overcoming fear, overcoming fear of being alone, overcoming fear of dying even, because I knew at least my brother would be there, somewhere. I don't know where exactly, but so, and that felt like freedom, powerful, powerful. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of a little bit on a similarity in a different way, but I think we have, all of us, graveyards and moments of opportunity so that we can transcend into a higher perspective of reality of ourselves. Uh, and I think this was one of yours. I am grateful for that place and that experience in your life, because I have met you personally, and I think that gave you a lighter heart and a more fearless uh, mind as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. Also, maybe with the audience, I would love to share one thing with you. With whosoever is gonna see this podcast, is about the universe, wherever universe is sending it. Uh, I would love to share like how uh, in after coming to Nepal, how yoga came in my life and how I met you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I feel that day was again the 13th June 2022. Uh, I was sitting, I had reached to Pokhara, and there is a lake, Seva Lake. I was just sitting nearby a lake and I was writing down my diary. One random fellow just came and sat beside me, and he was patiently waiting till the completion of my writing. And he saw my bicycle and the flags on my bicycle, Indian and Nepali flags. So maybe he got that intuition that I have come to Nepal from a really long distance and on the bicycle. So he started getting into the conversation, and our conversation was only for 15 to 20 minutes. But some conversations are timeless. I mean, even though it is 15 minutes, it's like a 15 years. So we got connected to each other really deeply, and he instantly said to me, Vishal, would you love to come to my home for dinner? I would love to introduce you with my family, and you can stay in my home for a night. And I jovially accepted that invite. Another day on 14th June, I went to his home. I spent a night with his family. That night, we had really deep, conscious conversation where we all had just disappeared and only our emotions were mingling with each other. And that resonance, that aura was such a strong or such a divine, I can say, that immediately they decided to adopt me for unknown time. They said like, Vishal, why only one night? You can stay in our home as long as you want. You can be just our family member. You are our family member. We just accept you. Be here with us. And they both are the yogis, and they are running their yoga retreat there in Pokhara. So after being like 3-4 days spending with that family, they said me, Vishal, maybe you don't know, but unknowingly you are on a path of a yogi. I was like, sorry, it is really new for me. It was really astounding for me that I am on the path of yogi. Then he said, Vishal, what do you think the yoga means? Yoga is not only doing something with the body, something with the breath. These are small aspects of the yoga, but actually yoga is a way of living life. Yoga is a believing on something that you cannot see, but still you can feel. It is something that which is invisible, but still you can close your eyes and feel its existence. Yoga is surrendering to the unknown, and just flowing with the way life is, and synchronizing yourself with the way universe is. The truth which exists for the tree or the flower or any kind of creature in the universe, that same truth exists for you also. And then I got into a deep thoughtful process, and I still at that time I really didn't know what's happening to me. And then the yoga retreat, that was after second phase of COVID. It had started, and from 1st July, I think on 2nd July, I met Andreas and my lovely sister, Maria, both of them. I don't know, they were in the yoga retreat for 4 days, and that time I was also attending the yoga sessions with them. We used to have the conversation and all the things. But sometimes connection, the word connection, I feel it doesn't have any kind of time. It's something like heart to heart, where everything just stops. It becomes like timeless. We spent 4 days together, but those 4 days were like years and years for us. And one really sensitive thing which had happened to me, that maybe in my entire life I can never forget, and I always share this story with the people because growing up in in India, I don't say like I'm not being judgmental. I'm just sharing my example. Human has that ego that only my family is the best family. My religion is the best religion. My state is the best state. My India is the best India, or my continent is the best continent. And when they say that, they used to say me, only we are the people who will help you. But if anytime you go to the Western world, people are really different. They are not gonna come to you the way we are approaching you to help you out. But that day, all those definitions got changed. When Andreas and Maria left that retreat, I know I wanted to go for a shower. I I went to my room. I wanted to get my clothes, and I opened my bag. And in my bag there was one voucher. I was like shocked, like what's that in my bag? And I opened that voucher, and I don't know, but there was a huge amount of money in that pocket. And on that pocket, it was written "Love for Vishal from the universe" from his brother Andreas. And I can say it's not only about the money, but the emotions that I was actually getting resonated at that time. I think when I'm speaking, you all can feel that.
Mhm.
Uh, sorry. And before that, also, there was one word that Andreas had said to me that, sorry,
It's fine.
sometimes the natural flow just goes into the so many emotions and beautiful emotions. He said something that usually while traveling to India, many people used to say me that, Vishal, if you ever come to the Mexico, feel that you have a home there.
Yes. We are still waiting for you here.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, for me, I think I failed to express that gratitude that I actually feel for these words.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you, and I remember that retreat in Nepal where we met, and I immediately felt a connection with you, with your story, with your way of looking, with your energy, with the things that we cannot uh, put in words sometimes, but we can sense and perceive. And it really seems like if we just met a few days ago, it hasn't been the 4 years or 3 years we haven't seen each other. But I just feel you close to my heart. We invited you to our wedding to come in a few months after we met up there. Well, yeah, like 6 7 months after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately or fortunately, it wasn't the case that you could come because life. I mean, surfing that way of life, it's a surrendering on our will sometimes, and we can direct our boat, but we need to align to the currents, right? Because we cannot fight the wind or the currents of the ocean if we wanna sail in the vast big ocean. So and I remember in that time, in that retreat, that as I was coming inside my room, you gave us a book. I haven't read that book, but when I saw it there, it was also hugely meaningful for me, because I remember you were saying that was a book that was really important for you and that you were uh, caring a lot for. So when I saw it there, it was beautiful gift, and I still hold it precious into my heart. It was The Alchemist, and
Yes, alchemist.
it's a beautiful message in that book that I think it's actually it's very accurate with your story, because it's this story of a guy that goes out to the unknown, to the desert, but also learns the language of life, the language of intuition, the language of how uh, taking away our masks and egos, doors open, and people, when we are vulnerable, people uh, connect with us much more, and then we are much likely to be supported. So it was a beautiful gift, and it was a beautiful time in Nepal. Uh, Maria also carries you in her heart as I.
Thank you.
And now Elena, our little daughter, that I'm pretty sure you will be able to meet one day, here or in Nepal or
Surely.
in somewhere else. But I know that will happen. Brother, this is a crazy, super deep story that you shared with us today, and that you have. And I mean, it has been 4 years after that, or 3 years. I don't even imagine how much else you have gone through and how much else you have learned. But if you had to share, like, in a small bite for people, like, somebody comes and asks you, Vishal, what have you it's crazy, it's hard to say it, but what have you learned, or how could you summarize the last 4 or 5 years of your life? What would you tell them?
Yeah. Uh, First thing, I would really love to tell everyone that I don't know when you are realizing that that question that everyone gets in their own life. Everyone gets that question. Just some people ignore and some people accept. that question is like what I am actually doing in my life, or this is the really life that I wanted to live, or am I really satisfied with all my achievements, or this is what I am actually feeling alive, or am I really alive today? These questions are coming in your mind. These are not the ordinary questions, my dear brother, sister. This is a divine universe who is sending all these questions in your mind so that you can start a journey. And that journey is not about learning. That journey is about unlearning. In my this entire journey, if someone asked me what did I learn, I said I didn't learn anything. I just forgot the things. And my forgetting what I had learned since childhood is itself is a learning for me. You have seen the child. Child doesn't know anything. He doesn't know any religion. He doesn't know any social norms. He doesn't know any right or wrong. Whatever he does, he just does innocently. And still the smile that you can see on his face is millions times greater than the person who has achieved the entire world. Even the biggest politician of the world, or the conqueror emperor of this entire world, I don't think so he can have the smile or that heart that one innocent child is carrying. That child doesn't want money. He doesn't want good with a really big home. He doesn't want any car. What he wants, only love. And when I was asking for the food, I learned the same thing that I would love to share. That each and every person in this entire universe, each and every person is thirsty for the love. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants you to speak two words unconditionally with him, and that's so fine for him. So fine for him. He just wants someone non-judgmental, someone really neutral, who is paying the conscious attention to him and who is ready to give him that unconditional love. And this love is not only between, I'm thinking like girlfriend and boyfriend. This love is with anyone, even if a dog that you see on the street, if you give him that attention from the heart and you just touch from the bottom of your heart, no, next time you, even if you are like 10 20 meters away, he can sense your presence and he will start running to you. And this actually happens. Second thing I would love to share, that I'm not against any scripture. Everyone has their own beautiful way to look at the life and go through it. What I am taught, like in my, even in my this yogic journey, people say, Vishal, uh, do you want to, if you do keep living in this way, you are going to get into the heaven, and that's like you are not going to reborn again because your journey is completed. And what I believe is, even if I get the chance to reborn on this beautiful earth, I won't be having even a 1% of regret. I would love to come back to earth again and again, again and again, because I feel that earth itself is a heaven. And just to see this heaven, we need to open up our heart. We need to surrender to this heaven. The beauty is just in front of us, but many times the filters and the information and the knowledge that we carry in the mind becomes the barrier to see that beauty. And also, one person said me, Vishal, are you looking for the samadhi, the enlightenment? And I just answered them, no. He said, why? I said, because I'm already happy in my life. So many times I'm not like resisting any kind of philosophy. Everything is fine as per of the different perspectives. I'm just sharing my perspectives that if you are happy in your life, if you are really content inside the heart, not as a trick of the mind, but if you really feel yourself that you are content in your life, feel that you have got entire universe in it, entire universe in it. I feel contentment itself is a universe inside you. It's just like a same coin with the different side, just the inner peace and inner contentment. And the last thing, it's been really long that we are just running, 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 and we are always taught, if you achieve this, you will feel happy. If you get this, you will feel happy. If you do that, you will feel happy. So it's like a rabbit who has a carrot, and that rabbit is constantly running, running after. But that carrot is always moving in front of him. It's never gonna come. So I would love to say, maybe it may sound little contradictory, but the truth that I revealed inside me, that life is not about running, life is all about stopping at one place. pausing at one place. Just sit with yourself. Listen to your tears. Listen to your heartbeat. Listen to your breath. It has a volumes of stories. It has a most beautiful and most divine knowledge in it. Just stick to it. In this your small body, even if you have a bigger home, no, how much space you will need to sleep? You will need only 7 feet space to sleep. No matter how much food you buy, but how much food you can eat. You can eat only the food that your stomach can digest. So inside your body only many truths are exist. Just give some time to yourself and it would be always worthy. Listen to your own self and let the way of your heart shine your life. And that's what I think I can all say. And rest, your experiences are the most amazing teacher, even than anyone, than any podcast, than any Vishal or any other person. Your experiences are the truth of the universe. And that's what makes you what you are.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. I love, again, I love having conversations with you. We could go for hours. In this summer up that you're saying is just bringing it out to light as well. One more time. It's not about running to find happiness or inner peace or contentment, but more about stopping and realizing what is there already. It's not about learning, but about unlearning and being more like a child that it's innocent and it's present and in connection with what is happening in the moment, so that we can have that smile that politicians, rich people, they don't not so commonly wear in their fashion clothes. um, and I mean, it's so much more, but I think that what I want to keep as well is some people look after enlightenment and getting out of this place as if this was a place where we should escape. But for the eyes that are open, this is paradise, and this can be heaven itself, full of angels and full of love and beautiness and yeah, incredible experiences. So it's about opening our eyes to the heaven we live in, and that way we could not escape this world, but escape our mental limitations. I would say that keep us, hold back into a limited perception. Brother, thank you very much for sharing your story with me, with other people, one, two, or the entire universe, which is always hearing and listening, and I think we share this as well in terms of sharing with others. It's a process. It's a beautiful path, but it's also has its fears. It has its, like, the ego. It's a good opportunity for the ego to appear and make little tricks in the mind and say, like, what if they think you think higher from yourself, or what if they think this or that, or what if nobody watches this? Well, I think we here are already enough for this conversation to happen, and it's worthy enough to be shared, and it's the universe always paying attention and hearing. So I honor this time and this space that we gave ourselves, and I appreciate your willingness and time to share. I think your story, and I have said this a couple of times, but it's worth sharing, and people we could learn a lot from your path, brother. So, again, I pressed something wrong. Good, I'm here. So I don't know if anything else. I want to invite people to follow Vishal, how they can find you in social media, so they can follow your path in a bicycle around the world without money, without working for money, no, without money, but with the process of the yoga.
Yeah. Surely. On social media, it's my same name, Vishal Tekade, believing that Andreas may have somewhere put, or
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
Facebook. Recently, I I got like motivated to write down the articles about my journey, and I'm just like writing it down using Substract. So maybe there also you can find me. Also, I my pretty of my social media is with the name In Search of Life.
In search of
Even on
life.
Instagram, it is In Search of Life. Maybe on Substract also. Still, like I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to balance myself with the technical world. Uh, yeah, and rest maybe Andreas would be putting the links
Yes, yes, of course, we can put the
if
links.
he can. Yeah, so Facebook, Insta, and Substract, I'm there. I'm also working on my website. I would love to really share something about that website. It's just like I was in a deep meditation and it came inside me that on that website I'm sharing all my real life stories, whatever is happening to me, the way journey is going, whatever I am living. I'm just trying to melt my emotions into the words like a blogs, and the same blogs I am publishing on Substack as well. Second thing, I with the time I started finding like many people are saying that Vishal, we want to be with you, we want to travel with you for this many days in a different way, and also as I am a kind of yoga teacher also, so I started running a yoga retreat, but I don't charge for that. It's just like a sharing from heart to heart, and these things are also I'm creating because I feel yoga is a thing. I experienced that after becoming a yoga teacher, there were some people they wanted to learn yoga from the bottom of their heart, but they used to say, for me the yoga retreat is pretty expensive, and hearing this word used to make me feel hurted really deeply, that yoga is such a divine gift, but someone is not able to do that because he doesn't have enough money. So it used to be really painful for me. So I decided it's not all about money. I just want that commitment for the person that he actually wants to get into it, and I am open to give my heart to that person. So maybe any one of you who is listening to me or watching this podcast, and if at any time they feel they want to begin their yogic journey, I am most welcoming that person. We can just stay together. We can find the place. I have already found some of the beautiful places, and just heart to heart exchange will be happened. And I would be really happy to contribute something in your life from my life, because this thing I really wanted to add that it's been more than 5 years and I survived only and only due to the love of people. I say that if it comes to the credit, then 99% of credit of my entire journey goes to all the people that I met in my this entire journey. Even if it is for 5 days, or even if it is for 5 minutes, and even if it is for just a one time food, but that is, if the food that I have today, if someone offered me this food today, and if this is the last food of my entire life, still that last food is going to give me 7 days of more life. I can see this beautiful for 7 days more. So I have a huge, huge gratitude, and I say all 99% credit goes to all of you. And that 1% that I kept, that is for my bicycle. I'm so much grateful to my bicycle. Again, summarizing that I got two births. One birth my mother gave me, and another birth my bicycle gave me.
Yes. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you for sharing. I will put the links up there. And it's a great thing to see you again, to connect with you, to share time. And we will make
Thank
a
you.
space to reconnect maybe after, and not in a maybe so much of a technique format, just to catch up and share a little bit of Elena with you. But for now, I think this is good content and good stories for people. So God bless you, and God keep
Thank
blessing your
you.
journey. It's late there, so I will let you go to sleep now in wherever you are in Nepal. I send you a big hug and love from my heart. Um, and yeah, I will send you as well a link when this is posted, so you can watch again our chat and our conversation.
Thank you, brother. It deeply means a lot. Thank you so much for having me over and feeling that my story can be worthy to share with the people. And looking forward that universe is really gonna cross our ways pretty soon somewhere across the world. And sharing so much of love for you. Thank you so much that you exist, and please convey my all the remembrance to your family.
I will. Blessings, brother.
Blessing. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.